Good Thursday evening, everyone. Welcome to GordonStateWeather.com, New Jersey and the Northern Mid-Atlantic region's weather news portal and the national forecast scene as well. This is the evening edition of the video forecast discussion for a much more pleasant day across most of the Northern Mid-Atlantic, not all of it, but the northern portions where they received the heavy thunderstorms and, of course, the one death yesterday by lightning strikes and flooding rains in Monmouth County and power outages. Today was a much better day. I'm going to get into all of this. This is the video forecast discussion for this Thursday evening, the 10th of June, 2021. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. Start off this evening at Rutgers University at the Rutgers University Meteorology Program in New Brunswick. Temperature is 72 degrees. The wind is out of the southeast at 9. Onshore flow today. Wind gust to 11 miles an hour out of the east-southeast. Take a look at other temperatures around the region. Right now, temperatures are running in the low to the mid-70s, and a few spots here even in the upper 60s right along the immediate coast and interior portions of the central and southeastern New Jersey area here, all the way down to Cape May. Minimum temperatures this morning, this is going to show up. Didn't bottom out too much as the skies were clearing. Temperatures were in the low to the mid-60s pretty much just about everywhere, maybe in the low 70s in the New York City and Jersey City metro areas. Maximum temperatures today, well, with ambient sunshine, they got into the upper 70s and low 80s, except the upper 70s and mid 70s here right along the coast, but low to mid 80s just about everywhere else, maybe a few upper 70s here in the hills in northwestern Jersey. Wanted to go back to this, take a look at the warm spots this evening. Haworth, rather. Always pronounce that incorrectly. 75. It's also 75 at Ramsey and Stewartsville and Mannington Township. 74 at Walpack. Cool spots this hour. Seaside Heights 65. 66 at Little Egg Harbor, Atlantic City Marina, Wall Township, and Point Pleasant this evening. And if we take a look at the radar, see if we can pull this up. Let's take a look at the composite radar. We had showers and thunderstorms propagating. Let's move this map here. Yeah, let's start off at 200 here and bring it all the way back. Bring it all the way back to the beginning from, let's say, early this morning after midnight. Here's our southeast flow. You can see it on the radar. A few rain showers here coming in from off the ocean. And here's the cold front back in here with a few showers across Pennsylvania. Then during the heating of the day, that is where the front was tipping south and east. There were some thunderstorms here across central and southern New Jersey, the coast, and then eventually into southern New Jersey, the Delmarva, Virginia, back into central Pennsylvania. And now that is sliding to the south and east a little bit, but it's become nearly stationary. And there is an onshore flow that continues across the region this evening as well. And that's providing a maritime air mass in place. National radar view. Well, of course, we have those showers and thunderstorms across the Mississippi Valley here. The lower southeast states here, Alabama, Mississippi. Here's our old frontal boundary here, which has become nearly stationary. And during the afternoon, lots of pop-up showers and thunderstorms. We'll take a look at this in just a moment. Want to get into the low-level water vapor imagery. And dry sinking air is in place. Backing that up this morning with our cold front. There's definitely two connecting things that are going on. One of them is what was left of their upper level low here across the plains just the other day. So there's showers and thunderstorms, but this is all on a northwest flow now to the north of this. And it's just showers and thunderstorms popping up here and there as this upper level low. And here's an upper level low here over Nova Scotia and southeastern Canada with high pressure basically in control across the northern mid-Atlantic states. And that is providing for, well, nice weather. Maritime marine air mass in place. Let's go into localized sectors here. You can see this very nicely. There's all dry sinking air here throughout the afternoon. And here it comes. Yeah, a few spokes of moisture here, but for the most part, all of that down to the south this evening, where we have our thunderstorms right in here. Okay. Basically from St. Louis to Cincinnati, Indiana, back down to Evansville, lots of flooding, and basically mostly flash flooding. A lot of rain here that has occurred, and we have some flood watches here through the Virginias, and previously lots of flooding and road closures here because of the constant rain that has been falling over the same locations numerous times throughout the afternoon. And again, the flooding with our rain here in Little Rock and down through the Mississippi and Delta area this evening. Pollen report for the Morristown area today, 7.7. As the sun came up after the rain came yesterday, grasses and oaks, the grasses and trees, and the 5-day forecast coming up doesn't look too bad, considering that we're now pretty much at the peak here. Today was at 7.7. There'll be a little bit less tomorrow on the low to medium side, and following it up on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday as well. Fresh off the press, and we did a lot of this on Facebook today as well. Next 6 to 10 days here, and the temperatures nationally from Wednesday the 16th through Sunday the 20th. Big heat ridge here out in the mountains here in the Colorado Rockies down to the desert southwest, and this is going to be an area where we're in drought, and the fire danger is going to be increasing, and the heights are going to be historical, the 500 millibar heights. Negative EPO, so that means cooler weather than average here on the eastern United States coast down through most of the southeast, warmer than average here in Florida. 8 to 14 day, not much change, cooler than and wetter than average here in Texas. Warmer than normal weather here across the southern mid-Atlantic into Florida, and cooler weather again across the northeast and mid-Atlantic. Cooler doesn't mean like not 80s, but if you're looking for a heat wave, it's not likely to happen here. The heat wave is going to be all out in the west. 6 to 10 day precipitation looks quite dry here on Wednesday the 16th through the 20th. Little wetter with showers and thunderstorms here across the desert southwest into Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Arizona as well. And go across the Gulf Coast states here in Florida and Louisiana. Drier than average weather here throughout most of the rest of the country. 8 to 14 day from the 18th through the 24th. Again, drier weather expected in the same locations. Wetter than average weather here across the desert southwest and also across the Mississippi and Delta River Valley area. Wanted to get into, let's see, what do I want to get into here? We could do the hazards, but okay, weather prediction forecast. Okay, let's do this. Well, it's going to be, as of today, through Saturday, the wettest areas are going to be over the same areas that are receiving rain right now. We'll get into that in the data hazards viewer in just a moment. Portions of southeastern Pennsylvania, the Virginias here, maybe Delmarva here, into the northern and central mid-Atlantic and back through the Tennessee and Ohio River Valley area, back into the southeast interior. That's going to be the 24-hour. Let's look at 10 days here. 10 days, a lot of rain here across this area, the southeast, the Gulf Coast states. We have to watch this for the next week or so because we could have some kind of a tropical system here in the Gulf. We'll get into that in just a moment. Right now we have nothing. And wetter than average weather here across portions of Canada, the upper Midwest, and of course the West Coast too. Excessive rainfall, which takes us out through Saturday, the 11th. It's going to be in these locations once again. Day 2, which takes us out to, let's see, Vallet tomorrow through Saturday. Again, the same locations here. Central and southern New Jersey has to be monitored for that stationary front 2 and precipitation all the way back down in the same locations. Day 3, which takes us into Sunday, primarily just the southern mid-Atlantic coast states here. And this is an example of what you do not want to see. We have an extreme drought situation across the western United States, especially in the Nevada, Denver, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona area here, also California, and extending up into Washington and portions of Oregon as well, the upper Midwest as well. We're not in a drought here any longer. Well, we never really were. We are in dryness, but we're not seeing that now. So exceptional drought in everything that's dark here. We're going to have to monitor this. And from coolweather.com, nationally today, all the heat is in the upper Midwest and also portions of the desert Southwest here. It's breaking the daily record. Anything circled with black coming close to it is tying the daily record high, and it's within a few degrees, maybe 2-3 degrees here, above normal here in areas in the yellows here. During the last 12 hours, New Jersey, basically not too much additional precipitation from last night. Here in North Beach Haven, they had 100th, almost an inch of rain actually, from 7:30 this morning to 7:30 this evening. Other areas back through Pennsylvania, down through Virginia, and Maryland as well, and the Mid-Atlantic area. A couple of areas here had some strong thunderstorms. So, you know, you had a quarter, a third, a half, and any of these thunderstorms reporting better than an inch of rain as they trained over the same locations. Weather Prediction Center's 3 to 7 day hazards outlook here, issued today for the 13th through the 17th. All of this area in here is heat and also severe drought. Storm Prediction Center has a severe thunderstorm watch 252 here this afternoon across portions of east central northeast Montana this Thursday afternoon and evening until about 10 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Threats include scattered large hail, isolated very large hail events to 3 inches in diameter, possible scattered damaging wind gusts to 70 miles per hour, a tornado or two is possible. Check that and see if there's any storm reports. Let's get into watches here. This one is a tornado watch box, 251, and this is again for portions of northeastern Montana, western North Dakota, until about 9 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time. A few tornadoes, a couple of intense tornadoes possible, widespread large hail and scattered very large hail events up to 4 inches in diameter, scattering damaging wind gusts 70 miles per hour with these intense thunderstorms that we're looking at right now. Let's go back here for a second and we'll get into mesoscale discussions, and again is covering these areas for that watch box and also the tornado watch box here, which is in effect. Again, tornado watch box 251 continues. All hazards will remain possible for the next 1 to 2 hours across southeastern North Dakota. The greatest near-term tornado risk will likely remain across northwestern North Dakota, where stronger low-level wind shear is noted. When we look at the browser here across Montana, there's been a lot of wind damage and hail damage here with these convective lines of showers and thunderstorms. Some severe thunderstorm watch boxes. Here we had a tornado report in McKenzie, North Dakota, about 9 miles north-northeast is Carr. Confirmed a tornado visible from the intersections of Red Wing and French Creek Roads, location of the tornado. And the rest of this is just hail, and it's large. Then, of course, across Wisconsin, the same kind of thing, wind damage and hail reports here across Lake Superior, all the way down just north of Wisconsin this evening. This is excessive heat. Temperature maximum here, 100 degrees in Winona. Minnesota this afternoon. That's the heat index value, actually. Heat index. Taking a look at the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia I-95 corridor, the northern mid-Atlantic here. National Weather Service's digital database. Today, well, we maxed out in the 80s and the 70s, which is fine. That's about 6, 7, 8 degrees below above normal. A little cooler or neutral right along the immediate New Jersey coast. For tomorrow, it's going to be definitely much cooler. Temperatures are in the upper 60s and lower 70s. That is some 10 to 11 degrees below normal from central and southeastern New Jersey, and about 5, 6, 7 degrees below normal as you head towards northwestern New Jersey and Long Island, and about 2 or 3 degrees below normal across the Hudson River Valley area. We'll get into the precipitation in just a moment. Temperatures on Saturday rebound into the low and mid 70s. Again, this is several degrees below normal for New Jersey. Warmer than normal across central and eastern Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania actually, but cooler weather indeed with that onshore marine flow. As we head into Sunday, temperatures again touching off in the upper 70s, low to mid 70s along the coast, mid and upper 70s to around 80 in the Philadelphia I-95 corridor, and obviously down through the Virginias here is, Baltimore, Washington getting into the 80s here. Again, it's just a few degrees below normal there in New Jersey, and definitely below normal across southeastern New York, Connecticut, and Long Island, even the shore points near neutral. Finally, we get into Monday, and we finally climb to near normal, or just a couple of degrees above normal, into the low and mid 80s, 70s out on the water, 70s on Long Island, Connecticut. Yeah, this looks good. By the time we get to Tuesday, we're not talking about a heat wave here anymore. Just a couple of degrees above normal here in the low to mid 80s away from the water. 70s out on Long Island, Connecticut. That looks good. Wednesday, another cold front comes through. So we've got temperatures back into the low and mid 70s again. Maybe 80s right there along the turnpike there into the Delmarva and the Philadelphia metro areas, but still this is a couple of degrees below normal for this time of the year, and that takes us out to next Wednesday. So now total precipitation over the next 72 hours, well, the greatest is where the front is located here, and that's going to be over the Virginias and points south with better than an inch or 2 of rainfall. Very little here. And this takes us out to Sunday afternoon. See? Looks good. We'll do the next 7 days, maximum national temperatures here. Look, it's heating up here across the desert southwest, the central plains, Texas getting into the hundreds tomorrow, 90s here across the Gulf, and into Florida as well, where my friends are swimming today in their pool. Day 3, that is Saturday. Again, the heat is building across the Midwest, the central and southern plains here into Florida, Texas rather, and into Arizona, New Mexico, and oh dear. If we went to the max here, 7 days, look at these temperatures here. 116 in the desert and the valleys here in California, 107. Temperatures all in the hundreds here. 90s across the plains, 90s across the Midwest here east of the Continental Divide and into Florida too. And where it's cooler, look where it is. Right here in the Northeast, and this is on Wednesday of next week. Get the story? EPO negative, high pressure ridge, phenomenal. Low pressure lower than normal heights here in the Northeast. No heat wave here. Using the NAM model guidance, 500 millibar temperatures here, 850 millibar temperatures around 5,000 feet. Well, you can generally see that we're not really going anywhere. And that onshore flow is going to make it very difficult for any kind of warming to occur to a large degree. And by the time we get into Saturday, all of this new cool air is going to be invading northern and central New Jersey all the way down to the Delmarva. And by the time we get out to 60 hours, which is Sunday, Saturday night, look at all this cool air that's in place, 10 degrees Celsius here at 850 millibars. 925 millibars, we can do this. It's going to show up again. 17, 18, 15, getting down to 13, 14 degrees Celsius by the time we get into Saturday, Sunday morning, Saturday night. Very cool air here for this time of the year. I like to look at the water vapor channel, precipitable water vapor forecasted from the NCEP-NAM here. Yeah, we've got much drier air coming in tonight and tomorrow, which we've seen off the latest run of the model here. You know, precipitable water values lower than an inch. The only places where they're higher than that are in the Delmarva and southern New Jersey, but even that has shrunken south. Now, over Friday, water vapor does increase a little bit, but not seeing support for any widespread shower or thunderstorm activity as that front meanders and then gets pulled back south. What looks interesting to me is the amount of drying in the water vapor channel here, you know, like 0.08 of an inch, less than an inch here as we get into Saturday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday. It looks like everything is going to be pushed south. So if you're looking for the best day here to go to the beach, let's see, you're probably okay on Saturday afternoon. You look okay here in the northern beaches here. That looks okay. The best day actually looks to be on Sunday, because now we've got precipitable water values less than or approaching 1/2 of an inch. So, you know, if you live in this area here, that's what you would want to see. Other thing I want to look at is the simulated radar. That's going to pull up right now. Again, the showers and thunderstorms across the Virginias and the southern mid-Atlantic area continue to drift south and east. We're not looking at any widespread shower or thunderstorm activity here. Some of this is going to, with that stationary front, again, pulling north and east with a perturbation or two, short waves on the flow, low pressure on the flow of the front. It's going to mean some shower and thunderstorm activity for central and southern New Jersey, maybe a weak shower here across the Poconos and northwestern New Jersey. But that is not really going to have an impact on your weather. Now, Saturday looks good so far. Early in the morning, it looks good. It could be, again, with the polar jet there and, you know, confluent flow here with short waves in the polar branches from the Great Lakes into the northeastern states. It could be some widely scattered showers, but again, these are widely scattered showers on Saturday afternoon. And by the time we get into Sunday, Saturday night, and Sunday morning proper, we're looking pretty good. We are looking good. It's funny, we had a little bit of a heat index today, but that's all disappeared. And as we go in through the next 24 to 60 hours, actually, there's nothing that approaches heat criteria. And I love seeing this. This is the European Model Guidance EPS 500 millibar height anomalies. Did I choose the right one? Let's see. Yes, I did. With an EPS or EPO actually in the negative here. We're starting off with cooler than weather average here in the northwest. Building ridges here, building heights here across Canada, back all the way down into Mexico, where it's been hot today. this looks good. Got cooler weather than average. Upper low here off the west coast. Maybe we should just zoom out here to North America. Yeah. Should we? Yeah. Let's take a look at this. This is very interesting here. Negative EPO values here. Cooler than average weather here south of the Aleutian Islands. Ridge building in from northern Canada here. Ridge over the top here. Ridge over the top in Greenland. Upper level lows caught up in this flow here over Scandinavia and the northeast mid-Atlantic. This is very interesting pattern because to me, here is the ridge axis as we get into Tuesday the 15th. Below normal heights here, below normal heights here, above normal heights here. Notice how this is playing out. If you want cooler than weather, neutral trough axis here in the eastern United States is playing out. Southeastern Canada too. It's playing out. We might get into more of a zonal flow at 500 millibar level here as heights relax here over the next 15 days. But if you live in the northeast United States, the answer for heat wave is off. The heat wave is here, not here. So tomorrow we'll give you details, hopefully in the morning, and on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Google as well for your weekend here in the northern mid-Atlantic. It's not a washout, but, you know, there's going to be showers and thunderstorms around, and definitely cooler air around for the weekend. If you're looking for heat waves, they're not going to be happening here over the next 10 to 15 days in the New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia I-95 corridor. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. Have a pleasant evening.